everybody, it's Robin with Robin Stampin' Hood. Happy Sunday. Oh my gosh, it's almost October. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, we're just going to hang out a second and see who we got going. Let's see. I want to make sure I can see what you guys are seeing. Hello, everybody. I'm here. Are you there? Say hey if you're out there. I'm just going to hold off one sec before I start. See what you guys are seeing. I want to just make sure my feed is coming across okay. And we're just going to hang out and wait just a little bit. And I'm going to show you some different techniques that I haven't shown in a long, long time. Boy, I'm not seeing my video, so let's see here. It's got to be coming up soon, I would think, right? Oh, there we go. Okay, I can see that there's a couple of you watching, so let me shut me off so you can't hear me. Okay. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Christy. Okay, good. We can see each other now. All right, well, it's September 27th, craziness, right? So, thank you everybody who has placed an order in the last week or so. I'm not quite at my goal yet, but I'm almost there. I'm like $89.20. Yay, yay, yay. So, hoping to get there in the next day or two. But I can't thank you guys enough. I really, really, really appreciate it. So, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so not really a lot going on. I have a few Stamp-A-Stacks coming up. The one on Saturday is full. Actually, I'm lying. We have one spot left on Saturday if you're interested. And then we have, I did do a date change on the on the third Stamp-A-Stack. That's going to be November 14th now. So that's really all that's going on. We're going to have some fun promotions coming up in October. So take a seat to that and wait, I guess, to see what that is. I'm not sure exactly what some of them are. I know I've heard about some paper deals going on, but that's all I know there. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys, because this is going to take a little bit of time to show you how to do this. So this is called blocking or masking. So there's different ways to do it, and I'm going to show you both of these ways. And like I said, it takes a little bit of time, so we're going to get started. I see Jackie. Hi, Jackie. Hey, Jamie. I have not made my goal yet. I'm almost there. I'm $89.20 away, but I still have a few days. And thank you guys for placing those orders this weekend. I am so thankful for that. So we're going to go ahead and get started because like I said, this takes a little bit of time. So like I said, this is called masking or blocking. And what I've done, some people do this a little different, but this is how it's worked for me. So you can see I have a pretty dirty little piece of paper here. And what I've done is I'm going to put some of this down so we can do this a little bit better. So this I use as a template. And all I've done is I actually use the thick cardstock because it does hold up a little bit better. Some people use typing paper or copy paper, but I like this better because it stays in place a lot better. Like the typing paper can rip, and this tends to, be pretty sturdy and you can reuse it. So all I've done is I've taken the layering circles and I've created a template. So I made this one a little bit higher so I can lay it like right on my card where I want it to go. So it's a little bit bigger than this, but this is the quarter sheet that goes onto this card here. So all I'm doing is I'm putting my quarter sheet of white down, and then I'm going to lay this on top, and that's going to create the mask. So you can see, obviously, there's the circle, and it created that mask on there. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to grab my inks, and you need sponges. Now, sponges are pretty cheap. You get three in a pack, I think, for $3 or $3.50, something like that. I tend to throw mine away after a while because they get nasty. I'm not taking the time to wash them and dry them. They're too cheap for that. So I throw them away. But what I've started to do is I've started a little collection of colors. And then when they get really bad, I'll just throw them away. So I just take a punch and I punch out some cardstock. And then I write whatever color it is so I know when I'm grabbing what it is. So I made one for Rose Rococo and one for Blushing Bride. And the best thing to do is just start with your lighter color and go darker. So we're going to start with the Blushing Bride, and I might flip this over and do the other side because I was finding that it wasn't giving me the color that I really wanted. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the Blushing Bride, and I'll show you how the different color variations. So you're just going to, I hope that's not wiggling the camera too much, but I'm just going to put some color down, and you want to continually be moving your sponge. If you're not moving your sponge, it's going to start looking really weird. Like you're going to see the sponge, I don't know what you would call this, like the sponge texture. And you can kind of see that now. So I'm going to stop with that. And every time you do it, it's going to be a little bit different. I should have saved, I had one that I threw away because I wasn't crazy about how it looked. So I'm going to move this. I just moved it off center, so we want to make sure it goes back to where it should be. And of course I got that on there. Okay, so this is Rococo Rose, and it's going to be a little bit brighter. And I'm just going to keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. And I'm only using 2 colors to get a little bit of variation with it. And I'm holding this down pretty tight because I don't want it to slip. I suppose you could use like painter's tape or something like that if you'd like. As long as you hold it down tight, you should be fine. Okay. So that is one super easy way to do it. So you can see how the variation is a little different here. It's a little darker and then a little lighter. And if you look at the one I made before, this is much darker. I put down a lot more ink. But again, you have to keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Otherwise, it is not going to look very good. So just keep that in mind when you do that. So I think this is pretty good. But I just want to show you. Let's flip it over and do the other side so you can see how it might look a little different. Let's put down a little bit more Blushing Bride. See how you can kind of see the sponge marks when you do that? All right. And you want to constantly be putting ink down, constantly putting ink down. Again, this is called blocking or masking. Okay, so that's all the Blushing Bride, which I was surprised at how dark it was. I thought it would be a little bit lighter. So now I'm going to come in with my Rococo Rose. And you can see how it's like starting to pick up a little bit there. And it's going to be very different than the other side. Yeah, you want to keep moving it while it's still I mean, I know it dries instantly, but as long as you're constantly moving, you should be good. So you can see from this side to this side how different it is. So you just have to kind of lay your inks down and just keep playing until you get what you would like. So I like this side better. So I'm going to get my mask out of the way because you know what I will do? I will end up putting a big old handprint in there. So let me get my ink out of the way. I want to get these out of the way before I do more damage. And the stamps that I'm using is that Prized Peony. So we are going to, where did I, oh, here it is, huh? It's like, what did I do with it? Okay, so there's that. And I'm just going to use some Memento ink. So what'd you guys do today? I worked mainly in my craft room today, getting ready for my Christmas stamp stack, getting ready for In Color Club tomorrow. And what else did I do? There. Isn't that pretty? That's really simple too. So if you didn't have, like, say, markers or blends to color in your images, this is a beautiful way to do it. So then I'm just going to take this. I'm going to do it down toward the bottom because I want to put a ribbon. Nice, beautiful, perfect. Do some washing really quick because I have been, you can see my hands are just full of ink. Okay, and I'm going to show you a little trick about ribbon. And I think I've shown it before, but probably not in a long time. So Cocoa Rose is one of the in colors. And, oops, sorry. I didn't have my ribbon ready. So you can see that ribbon matches beautifully, doesn't it? It's probably a little long, so I'm going to cut off a end here. And if you are looking to save your ribbon, where you're not wrapping it around the whole card, which I know you guys are savers and you like to do the best you can with, oh, you went grocery shopping? We did go shopping really quick, but it was like a really quick in and out. I know, Jamie, I saw the cool things you were making. So glue dots right in the middle, glue dots on each end. You know, you always touch your, whatever you're doing, you touch to the glue dot and pull it up. And then I'm going to set this down in the middle so you can see at least see the words, right? And then I'm going to swing it around the back. Well, make sure I swing it around the back right. But it's going to obviously hold it down on the back there. And then what I want to do, we'll make sure it's straight first, right? Then I'm going to take this other piece of ribbon that I bought. Now, some of you guys have asked me, how do I tie my ribbon so nice? This is the perfect ribbon to show you how to do this. So I'm just going to tie a knot. I'm not tying a bow. So obviously this is a double-sided ribbon. So your natural instinct when you tie this ribbon is to bring it through the loop, and you see how on that side you have the pretty color that you want, and then on the other side is the back side when you're going to tie it. This is where you have to train yourself, and it doesn't matter that this is how I get my ribbons to lay flat. This is just a good way to show you. So don't get confused that I'm like trying to just get the pink and the burlap to show. What I'm trying to show you is how to have your ribbons lay flat. So when you are bringing that loop through, you see you automatically you turn it so this comes through like that. I'm going to start this again so you can see it again. When I was doing this, I thought, oh, I can show them how I do it, because everybody always asks me and I don't know how to explain it right. So this helps to explain it. Okay, so again, natural instinct, is I'm going to bring my ribbon through the loop. And as I start to bring it through, you can see it's the wrong color. You want to turn your ribbon. So all I've done is I've turned it, and now it's laying flat. And the color's right. So does that make sense? So your natural instinct is to do it that one way, but you have to make yourself turn the ribbon to pull it, and then it will lay flat. So there you go. What do I say? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, so there's that. And because you have the bulk of this ribbon, Back here, like I say, bulk, because if you tried to lay that flat, it's going to be kind of bulky, right? So what you want to do is first remember where you put your dimensionals. I had them over here. Oh, there they are. Okay. Do not be afraid to use your dimensionals, girls. You got lots of them, right? So because this is such a big piece, I want it to be nice and supported and not collapse on whoever I'm going to give this to. And then just to give myself a little extra reassurance, I'm putting the dimensionals on top of the ribbon too, just so they don't, so the ribbon doesn't pop off. If you have trouble getting dimensional tops off, I know I've said this before. See, I'm putting my nail into the dimensional. It's popping up the edge, and then I'm able to grab it easy. Otherwise, you try to pull it up, and it's just cranky. Okay. So I think I hit them all, didn't I? Nope, not this one. Okay. And then we have our cardstock, which is the thick Whisper White. Again, if you're using bases, ladies, get that thicker cardstock. If you're using a white or vanilla, you want that thicker cardstock. It just holds up so much better. When we didn't have that, I hated my base to be white because it was so floppy. The white is a lot thinner than your thick cardstock, so that's why I like to use it, the thicker one. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some, these are the champagne rhinestones. I just thought they were so pretty, so I'm gonna just do that. And there you go. So there's one example of blocking. So you can see the lighter one, but it still looks just as good. It just depends what how dark you want that to be. So now I'm going to show you the reverse effect of this. So let me clean this up. Just talk among yourselves. October 1st is around the corner. Okay, I'm going to get this out of the way. Okay, so the next card I want to show you. I don't need scissors anymore. Don't need that. Let's get rid of some of these dimensionals. Okay, so the next card I'm going to show you, this one takes a little bit of time. So this is the reverse of what we just did. So then, when you cut out your circles, you obviously are going to get a circle, right? So now what we're going to do is this stamp set is By the Dock, I think it's called. I bought it last January and I haven't used it yet. And I was like, I'm using that thing. I need to use it. Okay. So we're going to take our white cardstock. And what I've done is, this is a sticky note. Okay. It's the same size as this circle, but I wanted the stickiness on the back of there because this is too little for me to hold, right? So we're going to lay it where we want our moon, sun. I'm not crazy about this. I used 2 colors on that, and I'm not going to do it when I show you this now. So just so you know. Okay, so we're going to go back to our sponges, and we need the Night of Navy. We need the, okay, where are you guys? The Highland Heather. And I did throw one in there that I didn't mark. Okay, so we're going to start darker. So we're going to start with the Night of Navy, and then we're going to work our way up to the purple. So this is where I recommend, when you have a big piece like this, start off the cardstock when you start. And you want to kind of use circular motions, get it going, and you can see how it's kind of building up there. Just keep adding ink to it to how you want it to go. See, you can see the kind of scratch marks there, but as I'm adding ink, it's all kind of blending together. Yes, this is a lot of work. So you want to give this to someone that you like, because it's a lot of work. But it's fun. I like the variation of the color. If you look at my sample, I like how you have the whites and how it's kind of, it looks like, you're on the ocean, right? Or the lake or whatever. I guess it would be the lake. Okay, I'm going to close that up before I put my hand back in it. And now I'm going to move to Pacific Point. And I'm going to get some of this off. But it's okay if it's still on there. And see, I've already, be careful with the smearing your fingers. So then again, I'm starting off and I'm just kind of blending the colors. And see how it changed that totally? And then I'm still bringing the color down here too because I want it to continue to blend together. Does that make sense? I guess I'm moving too much because one of my little lights on the other table fell. Okay, so I'm going to just keep blending, 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 blending. And you can see how the variation has started, right? Sorry, I need to get that out of there before we do some more weird stuff there. Okay, so now let's move to the purples. This is actually not taking me as long as I thought it would take me. So I'm going to start a little darker with the darker purple with the Gorgeous Grape. Even though it says Highland Heather, I'm going to start with the Gorgeous Grape. Now this is where I'm going to kind of keep my finger on here because I don't want it shifting. So again, you're just going to keep bringing the color. This one's being a little bit cranky about color. I probably should have re-inked it before. That's okay. We'll just keep, see, this is now I've touched that, so I don't want it to pull up and then all of a sudden I have a purple sun. So just make sure you keep this down, okay? Hey, Kathy, is it cold? Has it started snowing yet? Because you're kind of in the mountains in Silverthorne, aren't you? Okay, so just keep, see the motion I'm making? I'm circle, circle, circle. I'm not going back and forth. I'm trying to blend, Hi, Roxanne. Okay, let's see. Blend, 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 blend. And I'm sorry if I'm jiggling a little bit. So now I'm going to move to the, look at my fingers. This is where I have baby wipes that I kept pulling out today because I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so now you're going to take Highland Heather and you're going to start bringing that in to make it a little lighter. And again, you can see I'm keeping my finger on that just because you never know with a sticky note. Like, is it really going to pop up on me when I least expect it? So let's turn that a little bit. So, and you can obviously color over that piece. All right, I think that's looking pretty good, girls. Just to do that with a sponge, right? So I'm looking at this and how dark that is. And I like my sample just a little bit better, that it's not quite as dark. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my Pacific Point and just add a little bit, get some of that. See how it kind of changed it? Like, it makes it a little bit lighter when you do that. So I'm just going to get some rubbing off of that. And we're going to blend. See how it's made it just a little lighter right here as you sit there and work it? And you want to kind of try to blend this horizon. You don't want it to be a total, line. Hello, Miss Sandy. So we got someone from Washington State. We have somebody from Colorado. And all my girls in Wisconsin. Woohoo! All right. So you can see how it's kind of blended a little bit, right? I'm just going to go back with my purple and see if I can get some of that a little bit better. I'm not real crazy about how it is, but it'll work. You get the point. I could work for a long time blending, blending, blending. And if you're going to do that, that's probably what you need to do. But I don't want to make this video a million years long. So I'm going to close that up. And then we're going to I'm going to actually flip this over so we don't have so much. Ooh, And I'm going to wash my hands too, because you know what? You know, the minute that white becomes exposed, I will put a big old grubby paw right in it. So let me just pull a baby wipe and get some of this wet ink out. Okay. Oh, 52 is not too horrible. It was pretty nice here. It rained. It had rained for a little bit. I think it might be sprinkling still right now, but okay. So I'm going to let my hands dry really quick. I'm not crazy about what I did here with the Here For You. Like I said, the color of my sun, I wasn't really happy with, but let's pull this little puppy off and look at that. You have a nice bright, whoa! So what I'm going to do then is take this mask and lay it right over there. And be careful, because I cut this over too far, and when I was playing earlier, I caused myself some coloring on my purple and my blue. So just be careful. And I thought I'd be so clever, and I thought, oh, I'll just use my blends, and it looked really icky. So don't do what I did and use your blends, because it was bad. I actually have run out of sponges. I know I have to put an order in, so I'm going to cut that off so I don't have blue. This is crushed curry, and I'm going to hold that down, and I'm just going to do my little circle. Circle, circle. I don't want you to see my sponge mark, so I'm just going to continually add that in there. Choo, 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 choo. Careful, don't go to the edge, because I didn't make my mask big enough. And there you go. Super easy, right? Okay, so let's finish the card. So I can't decide. See, that looks a lot. See, I like that a lot better than what I did here. The darkness of that is icky. So again, this stamp set is called By the Dock. And I have another dock someplace. Where did I put the other dock? You would think I would know. All right, here it is. How about that? Whew, duh. All right, so let's do a little bit of blends with this. And if you have stamped with me before, you know that Stampin' Up! Has already kind of told you where the dark needs to go, right? Because of the lines and all that. So I always start with my darks first. And I'm just going to kind of randomly hit where there is lines. And I'm going to give a little bit on the poles. I'm not going to do the whole pole, but I'll do some of it. And then I'm going to do along the boards. You can see I am not being fastidious about it. I am just doing it. And then I'm going to come in. So this, did I say this is dark? This is the dark soft suede. Okay. So you can see it's certainly not beauteous what I just did, but then I'm going to come in with my light soft suede, and I'm just going to blend it all together. And I like, again, I'm a circular motion kind of girl, because I feel like you get a better, I don't know, better coverage maybe is the word I'm looking for. Like it just seems like it works better when I do it in circles. So this is a dock from a lake, I don't think you'd find one of these docks on an ocean. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I think the docks on the ocean are a little bit, a little sturdier. Maybe this is, all right, it's pretty easy. We got to make our little bird. I think I'm going to use gray granite on him because he's a little seagull, right? All right. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then we're going to come in with the gray granite and just give him a little color. Mr. Seagull. Okay. I probably should fix this a little. Wait, is that my dark? That's my dark. I don't want my dark. I want my light. over here. I missed some. There you go. Pretty easy, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and put this all down. So this is the Gorgeous Grape. And you guys should try this. You know, and I will tell you, when you start playing with this, you're going to be a little frustrated because you have to get your technique down. It does take a little bit of time to get, you know, where you're doing that motion and you're, because when you start, you're going to go, I have the sponge marks on here. It looks horrible. And you will really hate it. And you might even cuss me. But don't. Just keep doing it. And you will see how much you like it. Okay. So let's get this down. And it's okay if you cuss me. As long as you do it. All right. So there's that. So I don't think I'm going to put that here for you. What do you guys think? Should I do, there's a happy birthday in that. Should I put the happy birthday in the circle? Do you think that would be fun? Well, I could do that if I knew where I put the darn stamp set. Gosh almighty. I have like a million projects going here. So I have my Christmas stamp stack. I have all this other stuff. Okay, let's put the little pier on here. So I want to pop it up just to give it a little bit of dimension. So back to my dimensionals, if I remember where I put them. This is where I really love that you can use the edges. Because what I did is I wanted this to have some strength right here. So I took the edge and I cut off the points of the side of my dimensional because I needed more of a straight piece, you know, to hold this in place. So keep those edges for little projects like this. And again, I'm not going to be afraid to use my dimensionals. Let's see. All right. I don't know. I guess it's kind of dark out, so that could be the moon, right? So, but I think I'll put a bird because it's not quite dark yet. I'll put one bird. I wasn't sure if I should just put one or... I do like this set. I really want a beach house. Or a lake house is what we have up here. We don't have, like Sandy, you've got the ocean kind of near you, right? Let's see. Cute. And then this set, like I said, has the happy birthday that actually might fit right in the moon. But I don't know. I think I'm just going to leave it like that for now. And I might have to decide later what I'm going to do. Because this is the set. If you don't have the set, this is so stinking cute. There is a framelit of a frog jumping. And it's a framelit that also embosses. So it's a pretty cool little thing if you have not seen this one before. And it has framelits for the paddle and the boat. And there's a few other ones in there, like lake life, like weeds and cattails coming up. So it's kind of cool. So there you go, you guys. That is blocking and or masking. Super easy. Now get into your craft rooms and make something and post it out on Robin's Hood of Merry Makers so we can see the different things you did. I just use circles. Remember, you have tons of framelits that you can use. All those. Yes, Kathy, I do have a team. They're crazy and I love them. They're called the Craft Pots because they're really crack pots. We have a lot of fun. So that's it. So very easy. The ocean's 6 hours from you, Sandy? I guess I don't know my geography very well. Don't tell Edwin. He'll be mad at me. Even though I've been there, I would think where you're closer to there. But you're right on the edge, or, well, Washington State. Never mind. Okay, you guys. So pick different shapes and try something different. I just wanted to give you a broad overview of what you could do. Like, I mean, there's just so much, you guys. So I would love to see what you come up with. This is it. And if you have any questions, shoot me a message. I'll go through the messages after we're done. And I think that's it. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your, well, beginning of your week, right? Because we're really at the beginning of the week. So have an amazing week this week. Stay warm if it's cold. And I will see you next Sunday. Have a great day. Bye.